Asteroid 2023 BU is about the size of a box truck and is predicted to make one of the closest approaches by a near Earth object ever recorded. Asteroid 2023 BU is 3 to 8 meters in diameter, and as it comes just 3,600 kilometers from Earth's surface, its path will be dramatically altered by our planet's gravity. 2023 BU was discovered about a week ago. Although it doesn't seem like much of a warning, the advanced detection of this very small and safe asteroid shows just how much detection technologies are improving. The asteroid was discovered by amateur astronomer Gennadiy Borisov from his Margo observatory in Nauchnyi, Crimea on Saturday. NASA's Scout Impact Hazard Assessment System, part of the Center for Near Earth Object Studies in Southern California, quickly predicted the near miss, it said. The center calculates every known near Earth asteroid orbit. Scout quickly ruled out 2023 BU as an impactor, but despite the very few observations, it was nonetheless able to predict that the asteroid would make an extraordinarily close approach with Earth, said David Farnocha, a navigation engineer at JPL who developed Scout. In fact, this is one of the closest approaches by a known near Earth object ever recorded. The 2023 BU asteroid will come so close that its path around the Sun is expected to be significantly altered, NASA said. Any asteroid in Earth's proximity can change trajectory due to Earth's gravity. Before encountering Earth, the asteroid orbit around the Sun was similar to Earth's, taking 359 days to complete its circuit. After its encounter, the asteroid's orbit will be more elongated, moving about halfway between Earth's and Mars's orbits at its farthest point from the Sun. The asteroid will then complete one orbit every 425 days, NASA said. On Thursday, January 26, a small near-Earth asteroid will have a very close encounter with our planet. Designated 2023 BU, the asteroid will zoom over the southern tip of South America at about 4:27 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or 7:27 p.m. at Eastern Standard Time. Only 2,200 miles, or 3,600 kilometers above the planet's surface, and well within the orbit of geosynchronous satellites. There is no risk of the asteroid impacting Earth, but even if it did, this small asteroid, estimated to be 11.5 to 28 feet, or 3.5 to 8.5 meters across, would turn into a fireball and largely disintegrate harmlessly into the atmosphere, with some of the bigger debris potentially falling as small meteorites. While any asteroid in Earth's proximity will experience a change in trajectory due to our planet's gravity, 2023 BU will come so close that its path around the Sun is expected to be significantly altered. Before encountering Earth, the asteroid's orbit around the Sun was roughly circular, approximating Earth's orbit, taking 359 days to complete its orbit around the Sun. After its encounter, the asteroid's orbit will be more elongated, moving it out to about halfway between Earth's and Mars orbits at its farthest point from the Sun. The asteroid will then complete one orbit every 425 days. About the size of a minibus, the space rock known as 2023 BU whipped over the southern tip of South America just before 12:30 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. With a closest approach of 3,600 kilometers or 2,200 miles, it counts as a close shave. And it illustrates how there are still asteroids of significant size lurking near Earth that remain to be detected. Follow-up observations have refined what we know about 2023 BU's size and, crucially, its orbit. That's how astronomers could be so confident it would miss the planet, even though it came inside the arc occupied by the world's telecommunications satellites, which sits 36,000 kilometers or 22,000 miles above us. The chances of hitting a satellite are very, very small. The time of lowest altitude was accurately calculated to be 1927 EST on Thursday or 1227 GMT on Friday. Even if 2023 BU had been on a direct collision course, it would have struggled to do much damage. With an estimated size of 3.5 meters to 8.5 meters across, or 11.5 feet to 28 feet, the rock would likely have disintegrated high in the atmosphere. It would have produced a spectacular fireball, though. For comparison, the famous Chelyabinsk meteor that entered Earth's atmosphere over southern Russia in 2013 was an object near 20 meters or 66 feet across. It produced a shockwave that shattered windows on the ground. Scientists at the US Space Agency NASA say 2023 BU's orbit around the Sun has been modified by its encounter with Earth. Our planet's gravity pulled on it and adjusted its path through space. Before encountering Earth, the asteroid's orbit around the Sun was roughly circular, approximating Earth's orbit, taking 359 days to complete its orbit around the Sun, the agency said in a statement. After its encounter, the asteroid's orbit will be more elongated, moving it out about halfway between Earth's and Mars orbits at its farthest points from the Sun. The asteroid will then complete one orbit every 425 days. There is a great effort underway to find the much larger asteroids that really could do damage if they were to strike the Earth. The true monsters are out there, like the 12-kilometer wide rock that wiped out the dinosaurs, have likely all been detected and are not a cause for worry, but come down in the size something that is, say, 150 meters across, and our inventory has gaps. Statistics indicate perhaps only about 40% of these asteroids have been seen and assessed to determine the level of threat they might pose. Such objects would inflict devastation on a city scale if they were to impact the ground. 2023 BU is a recently discovered object, supposedly the size of a small bus, which must have passed by Earth thousands of times before. This time, it passes by only 2,200 miles from the Earth, just 1% of the distance to the Moon, a celestial near miss. Depending on what 2023 is composed of, it is unlikely to ever reach the Earth's surface, but instead burn up in the atmosphere as a brilliant fireball, brighter than a full moon. However, there are likely many asteroids out there that remain undiscovered that could penetrate the atmosphere and hit the surface to cause significant damage. Indeed, many scientists think we could be due such an event. NASA said the newly discovered asteroid would pass 2,200 miles. NASA said it would be a near miss with no chance of hitting Earth. Even if it came a lot closer, scientists said most of it would burn up in the atmosphere, with bigger pieces possibly falling as meteorites. NASA's Impact Hazard Assessment System, called SCOUT, quickly ruled out the strike. But despite the very few observations, it was nonetheless able to predict that the asteroid would make an extraordinarily close approach with Earth, Margo said. In fact, this is one of the closest approaches by a known near-Earth object ever recorded. Discovered on Saturday, the asteroid known as 2023 BU is believed to be between 11 feet or 3.5 meters and 28 feet or 8.5 meters across. That path will be altered drastically by Earth's gravity as it passes. Instead of circling the Sun every 359 days, it will move into an oval orbit lasting 425 days, according to NASA.